everyone, I'm Catherine Anaya, and I am joined today by Lizy Hoeffer. She is the #1 female loan officer in the country, and today we're talking about the top 3 things you should do if you're thinking about selling your home. #1, Lizy, being get qualified if you need financing, right?
Yes, so it's a very tricky time for most sellers because there's a ton of fear with whether or not they're going to lose the place that they've been residing in, where their comfort zone, and then buy something new, and then what happens in that financing process. So my best suggestion is to get a full pre-approval, even as far as going directly into underwriting, so that way you can shop with peace of mind, knowing that nothing should happen in your transaction that will make you or your family homeless.
Very important. #2, review settlement statement. Why is that so important?
So a lot of times sellers will use the funds from their sale to go ahead and use for a down payment on their new purchase. And sometimes that can get a little bit tricky because they forgot about a HOA lien, or their payoff statement ended up being a little bit higher than they thought, or they miscalculated the commissions. And so it's so important for them to review their settlement statement with their real estate agent to make sure that the funds that they are getting back are exactly what they expected and that it doesn't have an impact on their financing.
Okay, what about #3? If you're selling and purchasing, what should you do in that case?
So a lot of times home buyers will do what's called a contingent purchase and sale, and they typically happen on the same day, which is a simultaneous closing. And there's a whole lot of coordinating that needs to go on between if they're using 2 different lenders, like for their purchase and the sale, and like what has to happen in what sequence. So it's really, really important that you work with a team that knows, that works together frequently, because they have a consistent process. And if you're doing something like a simultaneous close, I mean, real estate's already the second most stressful event in a person's life,
yes,
like the buy and sell. So when you're doing it twice at the same time, coordinating all of that is super important. And then I would also say, check in to see your options. So a lot of different banks will do what's called a principal reduction and a recast on the amortization. So maybe it's that you decided that you needed a simultaneous close because you wanted better loan terms. A lot of times those are available to you after closing with the right lenders. Like I know my company provides that. And you don't have to be so rushed. Or, figuring out if you can, qualify with both mortgage payments. I mean, there's so many things that you would want to look into in terms of options that will prevent that, because there's just a whole lot of stress and a whole lot of coordinating, but it is doable and we do it every day.
The less stress, the better for everybody involved.
Sure.
Thank you, Lizy Hoeffer. We appreciate it. Great advice.